Hey everybody, I am Jared Clark with Air Guns of Arizona. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new offering from Daystate. This in front of me is the Daystate Red Wolf FT. And if you're familiar with it, FT stands for Field Target, and Daystate has long been a heavy hitter in the field target game, going all the way back to the CRX, the Mark IV Sport, the Grand Prix. They've had a lot of different runs at the field target, and they've done well at them. This one in front of me, I think, is their best one to date. It's coupling years of knowledge and experience from shooters in terms of the stock, the adjustability, the ability to bring it right in and make it comfortable for you, as you can see with this nice, beautiful stock here. But then they paired that with the electronic engine of the Red Wolf. So you have the best of both worlds here. So you may see this rifle referred to as the LPR. That stands for the Lauren Parsons rifle. So if you see it referred to as the LPR, it is the same gun as the FT. She worked directly with Daystate using her years of knowledge and competition shooting to bring us this beauty here. So she had a lot to do with the adjustability of the stock, the hamster, all the bits and pieces that come with this right out of the box. We had a lot of influence from our own shooters. So thanks to Lauren Parsons for this beautiful stock that we see here. And I know if you give one a try, you'll really appreciate what it has to offer. This gun is absolutely amazing. We're gonna shoot it at 20 yards, 50 yards. We're gonna do shot counts. We're gonna go head to toe on this beautiful gun right here in front of us. So stick around, let's get to the unboxing. Here we have the hard case that the FT comes in. We're gonna give you a true unboxing, exactly how you could expect to receive one, and the accessories that you could expect to get. So let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. So you have 4 latches here that keep everything nice and secure. And then, wow, there it is in all of its glory. It even has a new gun smell to it, this one does, wow. So we have obviously the gun here. This is the first thing we're gonna see. So this is the adjustable hamster or palm shelf or bench rest or whatever you want to call it. It has the locking piece right here. So when it's out, it's locked. If you need to make adjustments, you push it in and it can be adjusted. So that comes with it. You can attach that or not to your accessory rail underneath. This is the piece that the butt hook is going to attach to. So you can see right here, this is your length of pull adjustment that you have right here. So it's about 2 inches that you can either increase or decrease the length of pull. 2 components for the butt hook. This is gonna be the top piece, and then this is gonna be the bottom piece. You'll also notice that it comes with a battery charger. This is an electronic gun that uses a 4-cell lithium battery, so you will have to recharge it, not very often. Could be months, could be years, depending on how much you shoot the gun. A powered cable that comes with that. Small Allen wrenches, they're gonna be for trigger adjustments and small stock screw adjustments. So next we have the single shot tray. Snaps in with magnets, really secure. 10-shot rotary style magazine. And last but not least on the accessories is going to be the female quick connect for putting air into the gun. All right, so we got all of the accessories that come in the box with it, quite a few of them. And then last but not least, the main attraction in here, the gun itself. So here it is, just as it would come out of the box. It doesn't have any of the accessories on underneath it or on the butt. But you can see really clean, good looking laminate finish. Chrome accents really look nice on this guy. And as you can see here, once you put a scope on it, everything really comes together nicely. Okay, so in front of me is the fully assembled Daystate Red Wolf FT. We went ahead and mounted a Citron 10 to 50 by 60 millimeter objective scope. This scope is great. As you can see, it matches the gun really well. It's high magnification, really clear glass. It's something that a lot of shooters in field target need, or both of those, clear glass, high magnification. So great setup. As you can see, the entire package looks great. We went ahead and put the hamster on the bottom, the adjustable hamster, and then the butt hook on the back here. It might look a little weird. We have it set up for shooting off of a bench right now, but that's the beauty of this gun. I can have the butt pad where it's comfortable for shooting off the bench. You loosen some of these 4mm screws, and then you can have it where it shoots offhand. So we'll talk about all of that here in a minute, but let's just kind of drink this guy in right now. This is a good looking setup. On this gun, you can see one of the main features of it is this big, heavy duty, very adjustable field target stock. This is a Warren Edwards custom stock for Daystate. So these are custom made stocks for Daystate. and they are made with field target in mind, as you can see. Without a scope, this rifle comes in at 12.8 pounds, which is on the heavy side, but heavy is usually a good thing for field target. It really deadens the rifle, there's no movement when it shoots, and it allows you to kind of brace it with your body. So 12.8 pounds without a scope. Overall length is right at 36 inches until the butt hook here. So you have 36 inches from the tip of the barrel to the end of this. Then you have an additional 2 to 6 inches, depending how long you want the length of pull to be. So 38 to 40 inches, depending on your length of pull, 12.8 pounds, really sets it up as a nice field target setup. So the Red Wolf FT, the field target configuration, is only available in 177, and if you've ever shot field target, that would make a lot of sense to you. Most competitive shooters use the 177. It's a smaller pellet, it's got a better chance of getting in that kill zone and giving you the knockdown that you need for the point. So 177 caliber is the only available caliber option for it. However, it does have 3 preset power levels that can be adjusted, can be manipulated how you like, but right out of the box, it comes set up with 3 power levels. And so on high power, we were getting right at 19 foot-pounds. On medium power, we were at right at 15 foot-pounds. And then on low power, we were about 11.5 foot-pounds. And once again, if you shoot field target, those make a lot of sense, because if you shoot open class field target, you would maximize your energy at 20 foot-pounds. So on high power, you fall right under 20 foot-pounds. It shoots accurate. It would be great for open class field target. Or if you shot world field target, the low power is set to 12 foot-pounds, which would keep you in compliance with that. So it has the ability to really shoot whatever style of field target you want, and with the adjustability on the stock, you can really make it how you like. So with the Red Wolf FT being electronically regulated internally, it gives the end user the ability to shoot pretty much any field target competition. And I'm gonna say that's pretty much exclusive to Daystate. I know that there are some that have external power adjusters that will restrict transfer port. This is the only gun that has 3 preset, fully electronically regulated power setups, and with the ability to manipulate them however you like. So you can have 3 fully set up, no changes needed other than the press of a button. You could shoot world field target at 12 foot-pounds. You could shoot open class at 20 foot-pounds. And you could pretty much do anything else in the middle. 25 bench rest, you could even do 50 bench rest, as we're gonna show you, it's great at 50 yards. So this gun can ultimately be your one competition gun for everything you shoot 177 caliber. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Daystate is the only manufacturer that makes a product capable of that. And why I say that is because the coupling of both the electronics with the highly adjustable field target stock here. It really gives you the best of both worlds and a competition gun that you could use in 3-4 different disciplines I can think of right off the top of my head. Very easily to use. So what we're gonna do is dissect this gun as quickly as we can for you, but I wanna show you each point of adjustment. We wanna show you everything it has to offer. So we're gonna start up front, move toward the back, and toward the back there's a lot of adjustment. That's why we're gonna start up front. So we're obviously the things that grab you first. You have a 300cc cylinder right here that holds your air. It's a very clean look on the gun. It gives it that sporter style look, in my opinion. Keeps everything compact here. You don't have a big bottle. You have a nice slim air cylinder that gives it kind of a race car look, in my opinion. With that, it still gives you a great shot count like we're gonna see at 20 yards. But cylinder, above that, you have the carbon fiber shroud. The carbon fiber shroud covers the Daystate Art barrel that is underneath there. That is a Lothar Walther barrel, but it is a select barrel made specifically for the competition rifles in 177, and it's a great shooter. So the Daystate Art barrels do come standard on the Red Wolf FTs, and then on top of that, you'll see this nice carbon fiber shroud. At the end of the shroud here, you have a 1/2-inch UNF thread. I know moderators aren't really big in the world of field target, but an air stripper, what do they call those? A flip compensator, something with a little bit of adjustment could be added on here without any problems. The air cylinder uses just a standard male quick connect adapter, so the gun will come with the female adapter as we saw in the unboxing. That's all you need to fill it, very straightforward. Moving back on the breech block, this is an 11mm dovetail style rail. This is pretty common for most field target setups, and any of the sports match mounts will work great for getting a setup here. At the back, we have our manual safety. This gun is electronically regulated, but this is basically like a kill switch here. So anytime you're not shooting or moving in between stations on a field target, I'd recommend just shutting it off. It's gonna prevent your gun from timing out, and it's almost like resetting the system. So you shoot your 4 shots at a station, turn the gun off, then when you get to your next station, first thing you do, turn it back on, resets the electronics, keeps everything fresh, really gives you a nice shot count and shot string that way. Each gun does come with a match grade trigger. It has a blade here that can be adjusted left and right. It can cant to kind of fit your hand perfectly. And with the electronic system here, they offer a trigger that is unlike anything on the market. The electronics triggers are incredibly light, they're incredibly crisp, and there is no creep at all involved. Anytime there's a mechanical sear, there is gonna be some tiny little bit that you can fill. It's all gone on this electronic gun. It's one of a kind, and it really gives the shooter the ability to give a good, clean squeeze without any kind of pushback or any kind of creep involved. So the electronics triggers are off the charts on the Daystate rifles. It's really something that gives them a lot of character. So that is basically the engine of the gun. That's the action, so to speak. That's where all the air is being distributed. The rest of the features on this gun come in this nice, beautiful laminate stock here. This is a Warren Edwards made custom stock for Daystate. So these are handmade by Warren Edwards for Daystate. I guess underneath here we'll start. It has a accessory rail that is pretty common on field target rifles. I've heard this called a Anschutz rail. I've heard it called a T-rail. I've heard a couple different things, but it is a standard accessory rail for field target. And then attached to that rail, this does come with the gun. This is standard with every gun. This is a fully adjustable little hamster shelf here. Locks into place with your quick push button here. So it's locked into place. Push it in, you can adjust it, pull it out, and it's firm. This is crucial for field target. When you sit on the ground, your knee goes right here, and it really gives you a nice steady anchor point for the gun. When that's steady, you can then range find to your target, you can adjust anything you need on your scope, and you still have the ability to operate the rifle and shoot. So unique, definitely, but if you shoot field target, that is something that you'll look at and drool over that it comes standard with the gun. Not very many guns come standard with a piece like that. Underneath here on the accessory rail, your hamster, your palm shelf, it connects with a 3mm set screw. So once you loosen that 3mm set screw, this can be adjusted anywhere on the rail. So you have the ability to adjust this all the way, and then even to the point of if you don't want it anymore, you can have it removed. And the other thing I'm gonna show you real quick, you wanna put it on this, in this orientation. So the 4mm screws here go on the T-rail first, and then the 3mm, your set screw faces toward the end of the gun. That's gonna give you the best leverage point, and that's where it's gonna be the most sturdy. And then right next to it, you can see my adjustable palm shelf here. This piece is really cool. I don't know if I've ever shot a gun that had one of these, but the difference in a loose grip versus having something right up there when you're shooting, it makes a big difference. It's really comfortable. It's gonna be hard for me to go back to guns without adjustable palm shelves here, because that one was something that really surprised me. And it has the ability to go up, down, as well as left and right. So you can really get this thing however you want with a 4mm set screw there. Just loosen that up, almost freely adjustable there to fit it to your hand perfectly. We have the cheek rest here. This one is adjustable up and down right here with the small set screw. And then the other thing this has that's adjustable is right here. This is on like a 360 ball. So you loosen up this screw right here, and now you can do anything you want with that. The last piece of adjustment that we have is this nice metal chrome butt hook that you see here. This is where these are 2.5mm screws here that you want to back out before installing your butt hook. So you can go flat, like we talked about, you can get about 2, maybe 3 inches extra out of here if you want a nice long length of pull, but it really gives you another adjustment point that really lets you get the gun where you want it. If you're not afraid to change your settings, you could push that all the way in. You can make some adjustments, and I think arguably you could have a youth rifle here with the length of pull, the butt hooks designed the way it is, and the overall shortness of this. It gives you a lot of adjustment and a lot of ability for shooting. So length of pull, fully adjustable. You have up and down right here. So this whole piece can come up and down on this rail. And then these two pieces are completely independent of one another. I have this one set up. It looks kind of funny, but I'm gonna show you on a bench like we're shooting right here. I can manipulate the gun just with my shoulder like that. So it's really nice. It gives me some support up underneath, but for moving targets, changing anything, I can get a lot of satisfaction just right there by using that hook. But as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 different 4mm screws here. So this can be adjusted at all 3 points. So I have it sticking up, it can be going down, it can be doing pretty much anything. It's almost like a chain link here. You can really manipulate that how you like. And then there's one more set screw back here that allows me to travel to up and down. You got about an inch there that you can travel up and down. So then on the bottom, same thing. This one can be manipulated at 2 different points, 2 different hinge points here. So if you want it more up, you want it more down, you can really manipulate it here at these 2 joint points. And then this piece right here has an up and down play of about an inch half an inch there. These two locking screws right here, these are gonna give us up and down on this entire piece together. So we saw this one can adjust independently, this one can adjust independently, but if you wanna move them all together, this can ride on this rail right here. It's a lot to take in, but as you can see here with just the set screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's a lot of different adjustment in the buttstock alone. So it's really important to get the gun set up for you, and this buttstock gives you the ability to do that. It's just one of a kind when it comes to right out of the box that these accessories come included with the gun. So it's very unique to Daystate. It's a really cool part, something you're not gonna find on a lot of guns. Other thing that we can talk about here where I have it in my hands, 3 different positions for your thumb. So you can do thumb through, you can do thumb up, or you can do the thumb on the shelf here. This one personally is what I've kind of liked. And it's just, again, it gives you so much adjustability for how you shoot. Offhand, thumb up, offhand, thumb down. It caters to every type of shooter. If you can't make this gun fit for you, I don't know if you're gonna make any gun fit for you. So the action is operated by this side lever that comes back. It comes back like glass, pushes forward just as effortlessly. So there is no spring tension that you're setting with the electronics being utilized in this gun. So there's no resistance here. It's effortless to forward, effortless to back. All that does is reset your system and it's ready to fire now. There's no springs, nothing like that. The electronics take care of everything. They take care of setting the hammer, shooting the gun, and regulating the speed that it comes out at. So the gun does the majority of the work. Once you get the stock set up for you, everything's ready to rock and roll. So the Red Wolf Field Target comes available in a right-handed configuration, and like we talked about, it has all the adjustment points. It is very much specific to right-handed shooters. With it being a custom-made stock, if you're watching this as a left-handed viewer and you absolutely have to have one, give Air Guns of Arizona a shout. We can get you taken care of. All right, and then right inside of the Warren Edwards custom stock, you can see there's this cutout right here, and that is for your LCD electronic screen. In the top left corner, it tells you the pressure that is inside, and then in the top right corner, it'll tell you what power setting you're at. So right now, I am at 148 bar, 146 bar, and on high power. So I'm pushing right at 19 foot-pounds of energy. And if I want to change that, if I want to go to my, let's say I want to switch it to 12 foot-pounds where it's World FT, you're going to do 2 things. You're going to open the bolt on the side, bolt's open, and you're going to engage the safety. Once the safety is on and the bolt is open, you go ahead and hold the trigger for about 3 seconds. The screen will light up and it'll tell me programming mode. So what I do now, I haven't let go of this. As soon as I let go of it, I'm in programming mode. I'm gonna re-engage and I'm gonna go to power level. So now high, we're at 19 foot-pounds. I wanna click, click, now I'm at low. So now I have it where I want it. I don't click the trigger again to save the settings. I close the bolt, and once I hit the safety off, that little jumping sound was all of my changes being made. So now I still have 140, but I'm at low power. I'm on 12 foot-pounds now. So I'm ready to compete in World Field Target at 12 foot-pounds now. And then, so vice versa, if you want to change it again, simply open the bolt, put the safety on, engage the trigger, get into programming mode, power level. We're gonna put it up to high, and that sound is all the settings being made. So in a matter of seconds, you can change from a world-class 12 foot-pound rifle up to a open-class 20 foot-pound rifle and have a premier shooting rifle in either category. It's incredibly unique. There's no other gun that can give you that kind of adjustability on the fly. So in programming mode, the other option you have is the magazine counter. Usually in Field Target, most people do not use a 10-shot magazine, so I would just put that to off most of the time. However, if I was shooting 25-meter bench rest or something that I really did want to use the magazine counter, you can turn it on, and we'll show you what it does there. Now it says M10, so it's counting magazine. If the magazine were in, it knows that it has 10 shots still to go. So as you work through a magazine, it'll count down, and then it'll notify you when you're on your last shot. Really a cool feature. Once again, something that can only be done with an electronically regulated gun like this. Okay, so we're gonna show you real quickly how to access the battery port on this gun. If you do need to recharge your battery, you have a 4mm stock screw right here in the middle. So you go ahead and take this guy out, and you're gonna go ahead and remove the action from the stock. They should come apart pretty cleanly. Be careful with both pieces as they are not anything cheap here. Very well-made custom stock, so I'm gonna set that down very gingerly. And right here, this piece of, I think it's aluminum right here, this is holding your battery. So you can see right here, if you just need to charge it, you can access it, unplug it, and plug your charger in right here. Or there's a 7mm screw that when taken off, you could swap it out. So if it happened in the field and you had another charged battery with you, 2 screws, swap out the battery, put it back together, pretty simple. You can get these separately. It's just a standard lithium battery 4-cell. In my experience, these batteries last a long time. I have never shot one to the point of it dying. I always preemptively charge it before it tells me that it's low on battery. So if you give it a scheduled recharge of once every 3 months, I think you would be fine no matter how much shooting you're doing. But it's good to know how to get to the battery as well as how to access it if you do need to change it. So when it comes time to recharge your battery, you want to disconnect it right here. And you want to be sure and pull, you don't want to pull on the wires, you want to pull on the plastic itself. So don't ever pull the wires apart, that could hurt your connection. You want to get on the plastic itself, get your fingernails in there, disconnect those, and then all you have to do, there's 2 teeth on the top of this one. One side's flat, one side has 2 little raises here. The raised teeth go up and you just plug it in just like that. You can see even though it's not plugged in, it does detect that it has some life in it. And then plug that into the wall, let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes. And when these lights turn bright blue, you're good to go. When you're putting the gun back together, you just want to make sure that the wires clear the stock. Just like that, tuck them in there. And then the action just falls right back in. Simple as that. 4mm set screw. So it's as simple as that to get to your battery, charge it, put the gun back together. Simple process. The Daystate Red Wolf FT does come with a 5-year warranty, so it is covered for 5 years after the original purchase date. So there it is in a quick snapshot. That's all the features that this rifle has to offer. So what we're gonna do now is look at some of the internal features like shot count, power level, all of that good stuff. So we're gonna take it to 20 yards, we're gonna put some air in it, we're gonna count shot count and calculate some foot-pounds off of that, then we're gonna take it out to 50, give it a real accuracy test at 50 yards. So let's get to it. We have the Red Wolf FT here at 20 yards, high, medium, and low power at 20 yards, magazine. We're gonna try and hold as tight of a group as we can down there and see what kind of indication for accuracy we have. Consistency wise, that's really, really good. So high, medium, and low power at 20 yards, magazine, you could get 10 through pretty much the exact same hole. So if that was a 16th inch kill zone, which actually doesn't exist, but we would have got it at 20 yards. So we've put 250 bar into the Red Wolf FT. What we're gonna do is calculate shot count on high power, medium power, and low power. So I'm gonna use 10.3 grain JSBs to keep it consistent on all 3 power levels, and then we'll crunch some numbers for you, see how many shots we get, just kind of give you a good once over of the internals of the gun and what you can expect. So with that said, let's go ahead and start sending some pellets down there. So high power 250 bar fill with JSB 10.3 grains. I got 142 shots. That's pretty efficient. So our average velocity was right at 911 feet per second. If you crunch that, I think that's right at 19 foot-pounds. So it's sub 20, right at 19 foot-pounds with the 10.3s, and you get 142 shots. The other number I'm gonna mention is my standard deviation, which is 7. So for consistency, not only will the accuracy prove it, but those numbers over 140 shot, your standard deviation is 7 foot per second. That's great. It shows that the electronic regulation is working very good. It's giving you a lot of shots, but more importantly, it's giving you a lot of consistent shots. So we're gonna re-air, we're gonna do the same thing on medium power, and we'll be back here with, I'm assuming, a longer slip. So medium power, here we are. Same 10.3 grain JSB pellets. I got 226 shots on medium power. So this is a cylinder fed gun. I want to keep mentioning that because that's an impressive shot count for a cylinder gun. 226 shots. My average was 840 feet per second with a 10.3 grain pellet. So that'll put that one right at, I think, just north of 15 foot-pounds is where that should be. And then the standard deviation on that is 9. So one more time, we're gonna put air in the gun. We're gonna do it on low power, and I will meet you back here with an incredibly long shot string. All right, so low power, JSB 10.3 grain, 250 bar fill, 10.3 grain pellets. We got, still going, 344 shots. That is insane off of a 250 bar fill and a cylinder fed gun. It's showing you that the electronic regulator is working. It's being incredibly efficient. We got an average of 737 feet per second, which if you crunch those numbers, it's right at 12 foot-pounds, you know, give or take a little bit either way, but right at 12 foot-pounds. So if you're doing any kind of field target competition at 12 foot-pounds, I would say you wouldn't have to worry about bringing a tank with you to the field. Their shots are incredibly in mass, but they're also consistent. So you could shoot probably 4 or 5 field target shoots with siders, everything, without even bringing a tank. So that is incredible. I am actually shocked by the shot count on high, medium, and low. This gun is incredibly efficient for a cylinder, and that's kind of the beauty of this gun. It's everything in one. You know, it might be a little bit higher dollar in the price tag, but the gun itself is like having 3 competition guns, in my opinion. And all the adjustability in the stock, you have 3 truly set guns where you might have to buy 2 or 3 guns to do competitions with different setups. You can do it all right here with this gun. It's the ultimate all-in-one 177 caliber. So now we've crunched the numbers, we've seen the accuracy, we're gonna take it out to 50 yards, we're gonna put it through the paces for accuracy, then we'll meet you back in the showroom and wrap this one up. So we have the Red Wolf FT out here at 50 yards. We're gonna be single loading the JSB Monster 13.4 grain pellets. They shot through basically the same exact hole at 20 yards on high power. So we're gonna push them out there at 50. Most field target competitions use about a 55 yard maximum. So this is a great test for the gun to see what kind of kill zone group shot we could hold together for 5 shots. So let's get at it. Whew. All right, well, there's 5. Let's get down there and take a closer look. All right, so here we are up close at that 50 yard target. You can see right there, all 5 shots are just basically through that one ragged hole. So in terms of field target shooting at 50 yards, like we said, 55 being your maximum distance, that's gonna hit pretty much any kill zone anytime. So if you do your part, the gun is more than capable of doing its part. We brought our 1-inch MOA coin out here for reference size for you. So that's a 1-inch coin, and I mean, it just completely covers up that group altogether. So 5 shots out of the Red Wolf FT right on top of each other at 50 yards. It's got competition accuracy. That proves it right there. Let's get back in the showroom and wrap this up. So that's gonna do it for this one, folks. We gotta take a look at the Daystate Red Wolf FT, which of course stands for field target like we talked about. We showed you all the adjustment that it has. We showed you the incredible shot count that it gets. And then at 50 yards, it was just stacking pellets at our 50 yard range. So I am gonna say with absolute confidence that this gun could do any kind of competition shooting you wanted it to, with you being the limiting factor. The gun is incredibly accurate, and to say that it's adjustable is an understatement. This is almost infinitely adjustable, and it really gives you the ability to shoot it over any kind of 177 competition that you could possibly think of. So I'm Jared Clark. I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it and wanna see other videos by Air Guns of Arizona, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Facebook, find our website, join our mailing list. However you can follow us, please do it. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you in the next video.